Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another math lesson. Today, I'm going to take you guys through a lesson that I think will be super helpful for you as you continue on in your learning journey and as you learn kind of how to deal with measurements. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you guys so we can get started. All right, so the title of our lesson today is adding and subtracting lengths. So you guys probably know how to add and subtract, but we are going to talk about doing that when we gather lengths, when we measure lengths, and how to add and subtract and kind of what needs to be a part of your process when you solve those problems. And my name is Miss B, and again, I'm just so excited to be here with you guys today. All right, so before we jump in, I always like to just go over our standard and objective. Our objective is by the end of this lesson, you will be able to add and subtract different lengths with the same unit of measurement. And I will get into a little bit more exactly what that means. But for now, you can know that we are just working on that addition and subtraction with lengths. And of course, we will come back to this at the end and just check in with you guys and make sure you are feeling like you are ready and you have learned something in this lesson that is valuable to your experience in math. So our standard for this, our standard is just what everyone else is learning in the state, maybe all the kids that are your age. This is what we are all learning, and it is to use addition and subtraction within 100 to solve word problems involving lengths that are given in the same unit. So again, we will go over that a little bit more, but hopefully you guys feel like we are following what we should be learning. All right, moving on. So this is a time where I am going to ask you to grab any of those materials you guys might need. For this lesson, all you will need is some paper. If it's blank paper, if it's lined paper, whatever kind of paper you have, that is completely fine. Go ahead and you can grab that, and also a writing utensil. If you want to grab a pencil, marker, whatever it is, go ahead and do that. And then the last thing you need is a ruler. And actually today, we are not going to be doing any measuring, but a ruler will be a great visual aid for you as I kind of explain the differences in units and what we use rulers for. So if you want to grab those three materials, this is your time to go ahead and pause this video and just grab those. All right. Hopefully you guys have gotten those and you feel like you are ready to start the lesson. So let's go ahead and move on to our next slide. All right, so you guys have probably heard, if you have not worked with units of measurement, you've probably heard people reference them. One way you would hear that is maybe about how tall you are. A lot of times when you are dealing with height, people will talk about how many feet you are. So like for me, I'm 5 feet and I'm 3 inches tall. So 5 feet and then 3 inches. So 5 of these rulers stacked up together and then 3 more inches right here. So from here to here, that's 3 inches. And so I am 5'3". I wonder how tall you guys are. If you know how tall you are, you can go ahead and tell your neighbor or someone next to you. And if there's no one next to you, just say it out loud. All right, so our first unit of measurement that we are really going to be working with today and that I want to talk to you guys about is an inch. Okay, an inch. An inch is on your, if you have a ruler, you can find where it says IN, and that is the abbreviation for inch. You can find IN, and you will see where the 1 is right here. From here to here, that is 1 inch. And you can see then 2 inches, 3 inches, and so on. And 12 inches equals a foot. So our whole ruler is a foot, but here you can see we just have these inches divided off. Now go ahead, and if you're curious, maybe you have something around you. If you do, go ahead and measure something. See if you can measure something in inches. I just grabbed this pencil, and this pencil with its sharpened tip seems to be about 6 inches long. So go ahead, and if you guys have something around you you'd like to measure, go ahead and get a feel for how big an inch is and how many inches maybe an object is. All right, hopefully you have the chance to measure something or at least visually see what an inch looks like. Now we're going to talk about centimeters. So for centimeters, these are smaller than inches. For every 2.5 centimeters there are, that's 1 inch. So if you have an object that is 2.5 centimeters, then that is an inch. On your ruler, if you have a ruler, and if you don't, no problem, go ahead and find where it says centimeters, cm. That's probably on the other side of your ruler. Whoops, I dropped mine. But when you find that cm, you can see how centimeters are just smaller than those inches. On the visual, right on your screen, you'll see I put where you can see an inch, and then you can see a little worm crawling on there. And then on the bottom, for the centimeters, there is a kind of a ruler to measure that crayon. And while these two pictures, it kind of looks like an inch and a centimeter are the same size, they are not the same size, because you will notice that these centimeter numbers, the 1, 2, 3, 4, those are closer together than the inch numbers. And if that is confusing for you, then go ahead and just look at your ruler and you can see the difference. Just flip it over. So we're looking 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm flipping over. I can see a big difference. The inch numbers are much farther apart. So that is the difference between inch and centimeter. All right, so these are 2 other units that I just wanted to talk about. We are not going to work with them today, but they are some of the most important that you will hear about and the most often. They'll come up the most often. So again, I already talked about feet. So 12 inches, 1 ruler, is 1 foot. And a lot of times you'll hear people talking about feet. They're referring to feet when they're talking about how tall you are. So like I said, I'm 5 feet. So 5 of these rulers stacked on top of each other, and then 3 more inches. A lot of people would be like 5 feet, 6 feet, somewhere in that range. Maybe that would be an awesome challenge to find out how tall you are in feet. And again, 12 inches makes up that foot. And then another unit of measurement that you will hear about is yards. When we hear about yards, we're often hearing about maybe like a soccer field or a football field. And a yard is 3 feet. So 3 of these put together is a yard. And you guys may even see like yardsticks. It's like a ruler, but really long, and it's a full yard. I put a picture down there, but you can just barely see all the details in there. So a yard is another unit of measurement that is important in your daily life and that you will definitely be hearing about. All right, so now I just want to talk units, okay? When we are comparing lengths, it is important that they are measured in the same units or your answer will not be correct. And the reason why that is because, or let's look at this problem first. So we have 15 feet minus 4 yards, okay? 15 feet minus 4 yards. And the question is, can we complete this problem? Why or why not? So what do you guys think? You guys can give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Do you guys think that we could complete this problem just the way it is? So the answer is no, we cannot complete this problem the way it is. And the reason why is because they do not have the same unit of measurement. You can complete this problem if you convert maybe yards to feet or feet to yards, but you cannot do that without having the same unit of measurement. All right, so right here, I'm going to try a problem and let's look. Do these have the same unit of measurement? 15 inches minus 12 inches. Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Thumbs up, hopefully. Yes, 15 inches and 12 inches. Those do have the same unit of measurement because they are both measured in inches. So I'm going to get my whiteboard so you guys can see. 15 inches minus 12 inches equals, so 12 inches minus, or I'm sorry, 15 inches minus 12 inches equals 3 inches. So there are 3 inches difference in those two numbers. And the reason why it's important that we label our answer with that, with this unit of measurement is because if we don't, our audience has no idea what we're talking about, or the people that we are trying to give this information to, they have no idea because there is a large difference between 3 inches and 3 centimeters. There's a large difference between 3 feet and 3 inches. So just to give you guys a little bit of an idea, I'm going to show you the difference between 3 centimeters and 3 inches, okay? So you guys can visually see why it is important for us to be specific when we measure. All right, so right here, you guys can see this line on the top. They both don't look too long, but this line on the top, you'll see that is 3 centimeters, okay? 3 centimeters. And this is 3 inches. You guys can tell that is more than one of those. This is easily 2 of these put together, right? So you guys can see these are not the same thing. So it is important to be specific when we are labeling our units and our answers to our problems. So I'm going to actually exit out of this slideshow and just go ahead and do a few problems with you guys. So the first thing you need to ask yourself when you are completing a problem that has to do with units and measurement is you need to think, okay, can I complete this problem? Are these in the same units of measurement? So let's look at this problem. 10 inches plus 7 inches. Now, are those in the same units of measurement? Yes, they are. So we know that we can go ahead and complete this problem. So 10 plus 7 equals 17. And what am I forgetting here? The answer is correct, but what am I forgetting? I need to label the units of measurement because again, 17 inches is a huge difference from 17 centimeters or 17 feet. So always remember this unit of measurement out here. All right, moving along. I am going to give you guys another one, and I want to see if you know how to complete the process here pretty soon. Okay. All right, so ask yourself this question. Can we complete this problem? The answer is no. And why is that? We cannot complete this problem because these units of measurement are not the same. This is centimeters and this is inches. So we cannot complete that. You can, again, convert that, but we are not focusing on that today. We just know that that will not give us a correct answer. So let's find a new problem. Okay, let's see. I'm going to do 18. All right, now ask yourself that magic question this time. Can we complete this problem? Yes, we can complete this problem. And why is that? That is because we have the same units of measurement. And we know when we solve this problem, we can label it with centimeters because that will be the correct answer. So let's go ahead and subtract. 18 minus 7 equals 11. 11. Awesome. And let's remember to label that centimeters. Perfect, perfect. I want to do one more problem with you guys and make sure that you've got it. But the bottom line is that measuring with these units of measurement, or I'm sorry, adding and subtracting with this unit of measurement is the same as adding and subtracting with just plain numbers, but we have to remember to label and remember that the units must match together in order for us to complete our problem. So let's do one more together. This one is a little bit of a challenge, just to see what you guys know. Awesome. So here it is. Take a look. 21 and then 13. So tell me, ask yourself, can we solve this problem? Yes, we can. And why is that? The reason is because we have the same units of measurement here. So we know that our answer is definitely going to be in inches. Let's look. What is 21 plus 13? 21 plus 13. Try to solve it yourself. Awesome. So we can get 21 plus 13 because we can take a 10 from this 13. So 21 plus 10 equals 31, right? And then we have 3 left over. So let's go ahead and add on those 3 and we get 34. 34 inches, and that unit of measurement is correct, so we know we are good to go on that one. All right, I'm going to provide just a little bit of independent practice for you guys so you can try this, which I'm sure you will do an awesome job. So go ahead and pause this video and try out these problems on your own. You have 14 centimeters minus 8 centimeters, 10 inches plus 8 inches, and 13 inches minus 7 inches. So go ahead and try these out. All right, hopefully you guys paused the video and you took the time to do them and label them with the correct unit of measurement. I'm sure you did, and I'm sure you did such an awesome job. All right, these are your answers. So the first answer is 6 centimeters. Notice how both of your numbers here were labeled with centimeters, so your answer is labeled with centimeters. If you just wrote 6, that is not really the correct answer because we are asking about centimeters. So you need to label with the abbreviation cm for centimeters. Now, the answer to number 2 is 18 inches. Again, it's the same situation. Both of our add-ins had inches on them, so your answer also needs to have inches in the label, okay? All right. And then number 3, the answer is 6. Wait a second. Not 6 centimeters, 6 inches. The answer is 6 inches. Sorry about that. 6 inches because both of your add-ins here were in inches. So your answer must also be in inches. See, even teachers make mistakes sometimes. So just change it and know going forward that we really need to be thinking and making sure that we are putting that right label on there. All right, so before the lesson is over, I just like to go over what we should have learned and make sure you guys feel comfortable with that. So our objective today was by the end of this lesson, you will be able to add and subtract different lengths with the same unit of measurement. Do you guys feel like we reached this objective today? Go ahead and give me a thumbs up, a thumbs down, or maybe a fist in the middle if you're not sure. Awesome, you guys. Hopefully you all gave me thumbs up. I know I felt like I learned a lot about measuring and adding and subtracting and units of measurement. So if you feel like you do not understand, be sure to reach out to an adult or a friend for help. And you can always watch this video again or find different resources that will help you out with that. So that is all I have for today. I hope that you guys have an awesome rest of your day and that you use all this information you learned on your learning journey and your math journey. Keep practicing and just have an awesome rest of your day. Bye-bye.